Hey guys, how are you doing? Hope you're doing fine. Well, today I came here with a different video, just sharing with you and answering a few questions and messages I received on my DMs. Yay! And I'm starving because it's 10 p.m. and I haven't had lunch yet, so today is instant noodles day. Yeah. Sometimes that shit without cooking it raw sometimes it's even better than properly cooked. It's so good. And always there are the broken pieces here.
Which one should I start answering?
Where are you from? I'm from Brazil, specifically São Paulo, which is pretty much Brazil's New York. They used to ask me a lot that a few months ago, like when I started, but now they don't ask a lot more because perhaps I talk more about it. I don't know. People seem to like to know that I'm from Brazil, so I start to say more that I'm from Brazil. There are reaction videos that I actually put on the title that I was a Brazilian. I think it was the first episode of Quarantines, which makes sense. If it was a Brazilian show making success like the other side of the planet, I would find dope to know what people on the other side of the planet think about it. So yeah, it makes sense you like the fact that I'm from Brazil and curious about it. I'm back, and yes, I'm at my childhood teenager's bedroom that now is currently my father's room and off because, you know, I don't live here permanently anymore with my parents said. But yeah, it's still pretty much with the same things like this wall behind me. Looks like a big nerd. I'm kind of nerd, but not a good student. I'm a bit lazy.
So let's talk. And cheese. Yes, I eat that with cheese. Once in a BL, actually it was at IBL, they said that, oh, Western people eat cheese every day and that's why they got fat. I don't know. But now that Western people eat cheese every day, and well, that's pretty much accurate. I eat cheese almost every day, and then I didn't realize that till I see it in a BL. Anyway.
And when I said I like with cheese, I like with cheese. How did you heard about Gameboys? Well, I've been watching actual BL series since the beginning of the year, like January. I came from an anime with BL content, and I was wondering, oh, perhaps there are series about it. But I was pretty alone. I have no friends to talk about it at all, so... and also I wasn't used to use Twitter. Actually, BL made me start to use Twitter. I wasn't part of this BL community or anything like that, so I had nobody to talk. So when I saw episodes, impact episodes or scenes, and I saw on YouTube perhaps there would be reaction or anybody talking about it, so I found out the word of the reactors. So I felt less lonely, so I got addicted with 2 reactions. Was basically that. And heard of Gameboys through Revel. Yes, I follow Revel since I follow BLs, I follow Revel basically. He was the first reactor I ever fell in love with. Actually, Revel is one of the few YouTubers that I truly love. The person, like, admire, enjoys and everything. In the same day that episode 1 was released and after Revel posted a reaction, I was like, oh, okay, let me check this out. So I watched it. I heard of Gameboys comment before through Brazilian fan pages, but I had a click in the moment right after Revel released his reaction, and right after it, I watched it and commented about it. Okay, now related to that question, there's other good question to answer after that. Heidi, how did you start to react? Why? Something like that. Well, actually, me starting to react was an accident. If you look down below in the dark parts of my channel, I was actually doing a quarantine vlog diary because I was kind of freaking out and a bit bored, a bit not with mental health in a good place, and I needed a distraction, a new hobby or something to put my mind on. So I decided to start this quarantine vlog. And the reacting was an accident because one of the vlogs was the day that it was daily vlogs, was the day that I watched it first time Gameboys, and I talked about it. And I said, and it wasn't the title, like Pinoy Biel Gameboys. And someone said, "Oh, what do you think about reacting to it?" And I was like, I never imagined myself reacting to anything, though I watched a reaction from other people. And I was like, you know what? Let's give it a try. So since Game Boys episode 2, I've been reacting to series. And that's quite nice. It's like I used to watch reactions to feel less lonely and feel like I'm watching with someone. And now I'm reacting to it and I have the same feeling. I'm watching with someone. That's interesting. But it was a bit weird and awkward for me at the beginning. You can see in the very first minutes that I was nervous and a bit shy. Now I just pretend that I'm not. Okay, now that's a good one. How about Filipino language? That was one of the first DM conversations I had. Oh, by the way, I love DM conversations. DM me if you want. Feel totally free. I love every DM. And some of you are even shocked, like, oh my god, I didn't expect you to read that. Of course I read that. I don't have that many followers. And you're all so special to me. And of course I'll take a special place to every DM I can. If I could, I will ask you on DMs and start talking, but to fans, I'm not good at start conversations, and at times I'm a bit insecure to do that. And I don't actually know who of you wants to talk to me. How about the sound of Filipino language for us? Because they said that it sounds good. And yes, it sounds good. Filipino language was my first impact when I saw Game Boys. That was my first Pinoy series ever. So my first impact indeed was the sound, how it sounds, the language. And it was so pleasant to hear, at least for a Portuguese speaker, a Brazilian Portuguese speaker, native speaker. It sounds so comfortable and it felt good hearing Filipino language. And of course, there's that's crazy how you have Taglish and also the Spanish words in it. So it's quite unique and special and it's pleasant to hear. And yes, I told that person on DM that actually when I was talking to a fellow Brazilians that enjoys BL also, he said I agree and heard of from other people that Filipino language is sexy. And yes, I guess it's sexy for us to hear Filipino language. Sounds good. Sounds pretty sexy indeed. Let's continue. How you like your eggs cooked in the morning? This way, mixed in butter with oregano. And just because I said that yesterday that Western people put cheese in everything, I put cheese here also. Next, are you planning come to the Philippines? Yes, actually, most part of us reactors, at least the ones I'm friends with, every now and then we talk about that. Like, oh my god, 2021, next year, to go there to meet you. It's like, I think it's everybody's dream right now to go there to meet you all, attending some families, perhaps biocon. Imagine the flavor of the biocon. Yes, we planning to do that. Believe me, I have a few plans towards going to Philippines, also Thailand, every place around there actually. Malaysia, Thailand, Singapore, Philippines, Taiwan. A lot of places I want to visit. Of course, Philippines is my first priority because I make connections there. So yes, we're planning and that will happen. Oh, attached to this question also, once you're there in the Philippines, who you want to meet? I remember we talking about that same subject in one live or Zoom call. I don't remember it was a live or just a regular Zoom call. Perhaps it was a live. We talked about it, like, oh, who you want to meet if you go to the Philippines, eh? And I remember that people were kind of answer, oh, the actors, the bias, the favorites. And of course, I would love to meet my favorites as well. But I answered that was true. I still think that when I go to the Philippines, the people that I most eager to know is you guys and the other friends I made from YouTube. You are the most important people, special people for me to meet. I want to meet my kuyas, I want to meet my subscribers, I want to meet my artists, I want to meet the people I connect with, my loves, and yes, that's the most priority. That's the priority for me. I can go there and not meet in person my bias, but I'd love to meet some of you, like, of course, cast of Gameboys, the stranger, in between, quarantines. Talking about the people from the series also. Each person will have a different feeling to me. Like for example, Miguel Menderes from Hello Stranger. I feel so close to him in a certain way. He always talking with us. He's almost part of the game. I played games with him, chat on Zoom, in group Zoom with him. So yes, it's more special for me to meet him than the others. It makes sense. Or Alan. Alan is one of the producers of Hello Stranger. I adore him. I'd love to meet him. Actually, I want to meet everybody. Who am I trying to fool here? But I guess everybody would like to meet their Pinoy crushes in real life also. That's the obvious answer. Now I'll answer the John fans. John has fans here. Talking about John, I know some of you guys misses John. I missed you. But yeah. Is John single? Are you and John a couple? Is John straight? Okay, that's the most common questions related to John. Yes, John, as far as he knows, he's straight. No, we're not a couple. And yes, John is single. Yes, John is single. We're not a couple. We have a great friendship. John is one of my friends. I'd love for you to meet all my best friends. John was the first of them you met, but there will be more. And I love my friendship with him. It's a funny friendship. It's a light friendship, the way I like. We are weird together, and that's what's important for me. And no, we don't have any intentions to change our status to a couple. I don't see that happening at all. Sometimes you're just amazing as friends, and that's beautiful itself.
And a great physical job for our friend Xavier. Very nice. Really good.
I love this emoji.
That tells the other person you like the person.
Oh my god, I'm screwed!
Yeah.
I send this emoji to everybody!
It's because you like everybody.
I love people.
I know. That's...
Fit outfit.
Yes. Because today you're going to run.
And socks.
Yeah, the socks.
Are you guys literally flirting in front of your
Yes.
teacher?
Yes. Can you control yourself, girl?
It's not my problem. You woke up like 7 hours after the episode was released.
I was sleeping at 5 a.m. I had to make pizza, I had to clean things, I had to watch movies and do stuff. The web boy.
Crystal my ass, you have to be crystal clear now. I hate myself.
Can't believe you just made a terrible joke like that.
I'll just take a bath. Okay, and the last one, the juice one, of course. What's your top Pinoy BLs? I hate to choose and I hate to rank things. Because there are moments, there are days that I felt, this is one. Oh, this I liked better. Overall, I'll just say, Gameboys so far is the series that for the most time is on my top one. Hardly I feel like changing it. Like, okay, the first episode I ever watched from Hello Stranger, I was scared because I was already so in love with Gameboys that oh my god, there will be other series. And I'm scared it don't reach the level of Gameboys, but after the very first Hello Stranger episode, I was like, oh my god, look all this nerd shit and they're cute. Oh my god. In one episode it was okay, I think I like better than Gameboys. But it changes by day. In between also I was fascinated about the realistic tone of being between. Quarren Things is one series that surprised me a lot. Not surprised because I had low expectations. Surprised me because I wasn't planning to react to it. It was kind of on occasion. I decided to watch and react just because. And I didn't have expectations, neither high or low. So I just went there and react to it, and I fell in love with this show. I like this tone. It feels like I'm watching a very pinoys series, and I love that. So yes, Quarren Things is around there, closing to Gameboys now. It changes all the time. It changes all the time, and there's love for everybody. That's the point. But if I had to rank right now, perhaps it would change tomorrow. It would be Gameboys, Quarren Things, Hello Stranger, and Between, and the rest. Like for example, Gaia Saperico just started and started crazily good. So for sure will mess my this list so far. The thing is, I love all of them, and I'd choose to watch all of them. Well, that was a bit of me sharing a few of questions and conversations I got from DMs. Of course, there are a lot more than that. Mostly we get into some crazy conversation, and I love that. I truly love to talk with you. Randall, I had conversations that started like goofy and silly and ended up like political, and it was awesome. And also just random conversations like movie recommendations and I don't know, say hi on Instagram. I'm feeling lucky to have this kind of interaction. So yes, I'm a very simple person. So yeah. And you guys asking me to shout out your name in the videos for the first time. I thought it was so cute. I was freaking out of cuteness in the house. Oh my god, there are actually people that want me to shout out their names. That's so cute. I couldn't believe it. So yeah, that reminded me, once I created a group chat with some of friends from college that inspires in something that I saw on the internet. Like, you use a conversation to just put random things. Like Gabriel, one of my roommates, had a colleague that they don't talk, but on WhatsApp they only exchange audio singing. And Gabriel was like, oh, this dude is stupid, so I need someone to just send audio singing. So okay, let's be this one. You send out audio singing, I answer with another, and that's the conversation. Another group chat I was inspired by internet that I created was like, it's called White People Problems. Of course, by the name you know that it's not made for take it seriously. It was just a group that I put a bunch of friends of mine and said, okay, the only function of this conversation here is to complain about a small thing of the day, or anything that important, that a problem that is not that big, or just something annoying, just for you to complain without being judged.
And people start to complain things like, oh my god, I was go there to take a dump and my toilet paper was over, so I have to walk on the rounds and get toilet paper from the other bathroom.
Something like that, something useless. Some random talks doesn't need to be weird. I don't know, I'm talking a lot, sorry. But now knowing that I intended to answer some questions and assumptions and whatever in videos, if you guys have questions or would like to see me talking about something specific in videos like that, just let me know, DM me or comment. I'll always be checking the comments and the DMs. See you in the next video. Bye.